You have got to find what you love. I am honored to be with you today at your commencement from one of the finest universities in the world. I never graduated from college, truth to be told. This is the closest I ever gotten to a college graduation today. I want to tell you three. Today I want to tell you three stories from my life. That is not a big deal. Just three stories I dropped out of Red College after the first 6 months, but then stay around as I drop in for another 18 months. For sure, really quit. So why did I grow out? I started before I was born. My biological mother was a young, unwed college graduate student, and she decided to put me up from adoption. She will very strongly that I should be adopted by college graduates, so everything was all set for me to be adopted at birth by a lawyer and his wife. They said that when I pop out, they decide at last minute that I really want a girl. So my parents, who were waiting a list, got a call in the middle of the night asking, "We have an unexpected baby boy. Do you want him?" They said, "Of course." My biological mother later found out my mother had never. My biological mother graduated than my father from high school. She refused to sign the final adoption papers. She only returned a few months later when my parents promised that I would someday go to college. And 7 years later, I did go to college, but I nearly chose a college that was almost as expensive as Stanford. All my working college saving were being spent on my college tuition. After 6 months, I couldn't see the value in it. I have no idea what I wanted to do with my life. No idea which college I was going to help me figure out. And I was spending a lot of money my parents have never saved in their entire life. So I decided to draw out and trust that I would all work okay. It was pretty scary at the time, but looking backwards, in one of the best decisions I ever made. The minute I dropped out, I could stop taking the requirement classes that I didn't estimate. And being dropping out of that looked interesting. I wasn't all romantic. I didn't have a dorm room, so I slept on the floor in friends. I turned Coke bottles on 5 deposits to buy food, and I will make 7 miles across every town Sunday to get one good meal a week and her Christmas temple. I love it. And much what I stumbled into following my curiosity institution turned out to be a science window, so I copied the Mac. It's like that no personal computer could never have them. I have never dropped out. I will have never dropped out in a calligraphy class. And the personal computers may not have the wonderful typography that they do. Of course, it was possible to connect the dots looking forwards, and I was in college. But it was very, very clear looking backwards. 10 years later, again, you can connect the dots for copying words. You can only connect them looking backward, so you have to trust that the dots will somehow connect in the future. You have to trust in something. You got destiny, life, karma, whatever. This approach have never let me down. It was made all the difference with my life. My second story is about love and loss. I was lucky. Found that I loved too early in life. Was I start Apple in my parents' garage when I was 20. We worked hard, and 10 years Apple grown from just 2 generations, 2 building company with over 4,000 employees. Stewart and his team put out several issues from a whole herd catalog, and it was fun, of course. They put out a final issue. I was mid in 2070. I was your age. On the back one cover of the final issue, I was photographed of an early morning country road. The kind of might find yourself hiking on your worst adventures, beneath in their woods. Stay hungry, stay foolish. It was their Facebook message, and they signed off hungry, stay foolish. And I have always wished that for myself. And I know, as a graduate to being a new, I was one of the few. Stay hungry, stay foolish. Thank you all very much. Thank you for watching.